if you are considering using dried flowers in your wedding design, then I am sharing 5 benefits of using them in your wedding. I'm Ria, wedding stationery designer and stylist from Confetti Sweethearts, and I love helping couples like you have fun while you plan your wedding. So let's dive into it. So the first benefit of using dried flowers is that there is so much variety out there these days. As well as loads of different styles, you have got loads of different colours to choose from as well, which makes it really exciting and easy to incorporate them into your wedding theme. So when it comes to choosing dried flowers and you've got so much variety to choose from, it's a really good idea to think about the kind of vibe that you want to create. So there are flowers for like delicate and romantic, so you might want to look at little dainty flowers like star flowers and bunny tails. And then you've got lots of dried like foliage and leaves like eucalyptus and thistles that really lend themselves well to a rustic style, which I know lots of couples want to create. You can also get bigger dried flowers and leaves such as pampas grass and palm leaves, which will really help bring a bit of drama into your wedding and add some impact. So as you can see, there are lots of different styles that can help you achieve different looks, which is great for being versatile. When it comes to the different colours, a popular choice is neutral colours and earthy colours that go really well with relaxed, chilled vibes. And then on the opposite end of the scale, you have got really bright and bold colours which look great with like festival styles, which is really good for if you're wanting to add pops of colour into your design. One of the dried flowers that is trending at the minute for weddings in 2023 and 2024 is gypsophilia, because it is available in loads of different colours at the minute, which makes it really exciting for adding it in. It looks really good with disco balls, which are obviously really on trend at the minute too. This leads me on nicely to the second benefit, which is that they suit loads of different wedding styles. Years ago, they were more seen in like bohemian styles because you can get them in lots of neutral colours and it suited the earthy tones that you see in bohemian styles. But we have seen a massive shift and we are seeing them in all different styles, and this is because of all the different types and all the different colours available. But obviously they're still really popular for their bohemian theme, but we're seeing a lot more colour incorporated. So it really helps the couple add their personality and the colours that they like into their design. We're also seeing them a lot more in rustic styles with lots of greenery being added. And obviously because of the dramatic shapes you can get and the different colours, we are seeing them a lot more in festival styles, which adds a really nice fun element. The great thing about dried flowers now is that you can incorporate them in the different touch points of your wedding. So everything right through to your bouquet and boutonnieres, right through to on the table details in bud vases and larger arrangements, which means that your wedding style is going to feel cohesive all the way throughout. The third benefit to using dried flowers in your wedding is that they are much better for your budget. So obviously it's important to say that they're not the cheapest alternative, but they are obviously a lot cheaper in the long run than if you was to buy real flowers and include those into your wedding, because obviously afterwards all real flowers have to be thrown away, therefore you know that money is just gone. But if you was to incorporate dried flowers, some stylists like myself will hire out flowers because once the wedding is over they can reuse them. Obviously if you're going to have a bridal bouquet made, then that's something you'll want to keep, so obviously you're going to pay the money for that, but you get to keep it and treasure it afterwards. It will last as long as you look after it. So the fourth benefit to using dried flowers in your wedding is that you can prep them in advance, which is really a game changer when it comes to setting up your wedding venue, because they will be ready to just get out of the boxes and placed where you need them to be, saving you a lot of time and stress. So things that you can prep in advance are your bouquet, your buttonholes, and you can also prep in advance bud vases if it's something that you've already got and you can put them in them and then they are ready to put out on the tables. And obviously some flower arrangements can be made up in advance if they're going to be attached to different things like backdrops and that. So it's definitely worth considering, especially if you haven't got long to set up your venue, then it is the perfect alternative to real flowers, because obviously that does need to be done on the day. Obviously this is something that I do all the time in my wedding styling, and when I'm doing styled shoots, I will prep as much as I can in advance so that most of the creativity is done ahead of time, because you might not have as much time to faff on the actual day when it comes to setting out all your decor. There's so much to do, so this is something that would definitely take the weight and the pressure off of you. So the fifth benefit to using dried flowers is something that you might not have even thought about, because obviously fresh flowers are guaranteed to provide this, which is an added fragrance. Now, some dried flowers, when they dry, they obviously do still keep their scent, especially flowers that do have like a strong smell to start with. So it's always worth thinking about that when choosing your flowers. Dried eucalyptus has got a really nice smell to it. It's really great for adding in like a subtle smell, and obviously dried lavender is like a perfect choice for adding a nice scent, which isn't too overpowering either. So it's definitely worth considering what flowers that you want to incorporate, because obviously some do provide a really nice smell and it's nice and subtle in the room, especially if you put enough of them around. In fact, this might be your reasoning for choosing dried flowers in the first place, because obviously if you have a lot of fresh flowers, then that does provide quite a heavy scent sometimes, depending on what flowers are being chosen, and some people don't like that when it's like a little bit too heavy. So that's another reason why you might go down the dried flower route. I hope you have enjoyed listening to these benefits of using dried flowers in your wedding, and if it's something that you would like to chat more about when it comes to ideas of how you can incorporate them, then obviously you can just head to my website and look at my styling services page. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a like and subscribe to my channel so that you will be notified of any new videos that go live. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you next week.